Hello, this is Tennessee Bassmasters. I'm Makai.
Hi, I'm Logan.
We're
Fall bass fishing.
fall bass fishing, apparently.
Drop shots and buzz baits. That's the two main things. Those are your two main things. That's what you need. And the thing about buzz baits, you don't have to have expensive buzz baits. You really don't. These are dollar buzz baits from Walmart. Dollar buzz baits.
And spinners.
We've caught so many bass off these. Have we not?
We have.
Bull Run, Steam Plant, really good spot to go. Just not in the fall time. They don't generate the water down there. Also, if you want to check us out tomorrow, we'll have another video up. We're going to the Weir Dam, Norris, Tennessee.
This is what Logan caught a huge one on.
Huge bass. It was
At Bull Run.
massive.
Massive.
3-4 pounds, easy. Frogs too. Frogs good for fall.
And these small ones are so easy. All you gotta do is put a little hook through the head, and then you just pop them.
These Havoc crawls with the weighted jig head Texas rig 'em right here. Really good to use. My phone's going off. I'm sorry. But drop shots. Another thing. Drop shots. Small finesse worms like these are perfect for drop shots. Perfect. Really, really good.
I really like these. I've caught a lot of my really big smallmouth on these. I forgot the names of them. I just know they're Zoom. They're power worms. And they got, I put a little red hook through their head, and then it has a little weight on it. And they have a red tail on them. And they just work really good. They're very good for top water, but they can also be bottom water. So it works really great for smallmouth.
Another thing, if you want to catch white bass, stuff like that, these chartreuse green grubs. Am I right?
Am I right?
Smallmouth too. I mean, they nail them.
And then lookless crankbaits. They're good for
really good.
bottom water
really
stuff. They're kind of harder, but you kind of have to get used to them. They're better with a bait caster, but you don't have to. But I just know that they work really good, and you need to be in kind of grassy areas. And when you're around that grass, they get stuck in them. You just tear them off because they have beads in them, so they come in really, really well.
Again, for structure, you're going for football jigs. Really good. Really, really good.
Very good.
Structure only, though. No rocks, stuff like that. Flukes. I was actually about to talk about flukes, but you go ahead.
Alright. In the summertime is when it's best. In clear water, flukes with a little red hook in them is good. And if you take a fluke, and there's different sizes and stuff, but like I took it with this, and I wrapped the bait around the fluke, and it gives it a bit of a red tint, and that shows up very well in the water. So it's very good for fish. And all you do is you just rock it on top of the water. But something you need to do is drop your fluke about a foot down in the water, and if you can still see it, then it's going to be okay. And smallmouth kill it in deep water, so that's all you got to know about that. And so that's all you need to know about the fluke.
On my phone.
Yeah.
Swim baits. A need. You have to have them. Am I right?
Have to have them.
Have to have them.
You gotta have them. So do also lizards. Lizards are very well. Now you go ahead. You got a lizard too.
I like a top water presentation with the lizard.
Yeah, me too.
Myself.
This is one of the good colors. Here, I'll show them this. The black with blue tail is really better in the summertime because it shows up on top of the water. But when you get this pumpkin kind of color,
pumpkin seed.
Pumpkin seed.
Hang
yeah.
on, what is it?
I'm pretty sure this is a pumpkin seed, ain't it?
It's, I want to say, watermelon pumpkin.
Watermelon pumpkin. I'm not sure. I'm gonna start keeping the bags because this is our first video. So, yeah. And you can Texas rig them, but you don't have to have any weight on them. And you just cast them pretty much wherever in mucky water or anything, and they'll pretty much see it. But kind of a slow retrieve, and you'll get them all day long.
Please subscribe this video, please. We need some viewers.
Yeah, we need to get some info.
Banjo minnows. I know everybody's heard of them. They're really good in summertime bass fishing. especially if you want to get those top waters.
No, but you need to get used to crankbaits and bottom water baits because they're very difficult to use. You got to be good with them.
You want to talk about shad wraps and lipless?
Yeah, hold on. Another good thing in the summertime is when there's a lot of, like, if you have, like, a bunch of muck on top of the water, and a bunch of moss around, good thing is frogs. You put them, this is called the horny toad, and I have it in this color, but the white kind seems to be the best. You just Texas rig them. It works very, very well. And do you want to show them how to Texas rig?
Yeah, for
just
those
in
people
case,
that don't know. You want me to do it or you'll do it?
You can do it, you can do it.
Okay.
You got to Texas, there you go.
This is what you call a Texas rig. Bring that camera over there, please. Over here, please.
Right here. Texas rig that because it's simple.
This is how you Texas rig. You got your hook like this. You take it, go about an inch in, pull it out the side, bring it up over that right there, put it in the gap, come around this, come bend it just a little bit. And you bring it out like that. It's a Texas rig. That is totally weedless, not gonna get hung up.
It's top water, by the way. You can't do it any other way.
This buzzbait, honestly my favorite. Caught the biggest bass I think I've ever caught off of this. Really, really big.
Hang on. Another thing for buzzbait is if you go, I got mine at Walmart, you can get buzzbait kits, and something that's good for them is some of the kits will come with these little things on them. I don't know what they're called, but if you just hook them right on there, like so, and it goes across the water, these little feet right here, they flap around. It causes a whole lot more movement and stuff. Yeah, but when this blade goes across the water, it's gonna make a bunch of bubbles. And another thing you can do is drill little holes in there, on the blade, and it'll cause more bubbles and stuff. We haven't done that with that one yet.
Let's talk about poppers.
Poppers.
Necessity. Now, when you see shad schooling up, you know, don't all of a sudden put on a popper. Because you don't know if those bass they're feeding on down deep. Just because the shad are at the top, don't do it. But if you do see bass boiling at the top for the shad, you do put on a popper. You do. Make sure when you see shad, normally down south through the north, you want this color. Right there. Sexy shad.
A lot of times in the summertime, you're gonna want this kind, and it needs a little bit of the little rooster tail on the back. It has this little puffy tail, and when it gets wet, it just starts expanding and it puffs around. And then it has these little strings that are shiny. But this is really good. You do the same technique with the frogs. You just put them on top of the water, and you can either just reel them in or you take your rod and you knock it back and forth. And it's just real fun. You can let it sit there and do it. I mean, you don't even have to reel in. But it's a whole lot of fun how you can work these. It's very easy to use.
Another thing, spinner baits.
Oh, God.
I love them.
They're my favorite. They're my personal favorite. I love spinner baits so much. A lot of times in the summertime, more brighter colors are better because in the wintertime, they don't show up as well. But this one's one of my favorites. It's the red and white one. I actually just got this the other day. I haven't had the privilege to use it yet.
And again, dollar spinner baits.
Yeah.
Dollar.
Go to Walmart.
They're perfect. They work really good. My favorite color, green. When you're in murky water, clear water, best color.
Yeah, and the red.
That's clear. That's more of like a tinted, but not all the way clear color.
Yeah, because they can see the red, and it also makes a bloodstream. If it's mucky, they won't see this at all. They might see the white and the blades. And another thing, some of them just have this little Carolina rig on them. This is a 40 ounce. Some of them have that, but it's alright. But
blade.
Colorado blade.
Right there.
Oh yeah, my bad. And then
you want that extra blade on there.
Yeah, it'll show up a whole lot better, and you can catch bigger fish, especially walleye with it. Walleye usually hit the bigger blades.
You want to talk about crappie and panfish?
Yeah, we also have.
Let's do crappie and panfish, guys. Right here. Your basic, what you have to have for crappie and panfish. Favorite bobber right here to use. I like them. The foam.
There's also plastics that come in different colors.
Tubes are mainly for crappie, but you can catch bass off of them. They're real nice to use in the springtime.
You can, these size right here, I actually rig these up myself. Like if you have a deep creek with bluegill, and how are we gonna? Okay.